And now, the video you've all been waiting for. Travis's rant on the wrestling unit. Why am I speaking in the third person? Anyway, the wrestling unit. Oh man, I hate that unit. I fucking hate that unit. You know, I've got to say, with this unit, the wrestling unit, this might actually be even stupider than the swimming and the dance unit. I mean, I don't know how it's possible, but it may actually be stupider. Because at least with swimming and dance, I mean, you could somewhat kind of make an argument for why we're doing that. Kind of. I mean, you can say, it's important that people learn how to swim, or, it's good to learn, dance moves in case you get invited to a wedding, even though I would never get invited to a wedding, but that's besides the point. I mean, at least with those, you could make some kind of argument for why, we need them, why they exist. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's stupid fucking arguments, but at least you could make some kind of an argument. With the wrestling unit, there really is no argument for that. I mean, why the fuck do we need to learn wrestling? I mean, what the fuck is the point of that? No one is ever going to do wrestling. I mean, there are a very tiny sliver of people who ever do wrestling. I mean, why would you need to know how to wrestle? I mean, no one needs to know that fucking shit. But for some reason we do it anyway. And, look, I have a mustache. I don't know why. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. But anyway, we have in the wrestling unit, you get into groups. It's about maybe 3 to 5 people or 3 to 6 people groups. And then you basically have to wrestle each other, which I hate. Which is weird, because usually I love getting pinned down by guys. But not in this case. I don't like it here. Because it's all a bunch of random weirdos. And I don't know how to do this shit. Like, I don't know how to wrestle. Like, every time we practice, I always lose. Because it's the same thing with the stupid dancing thing. The same shit where in the dancing unit, when they taught the dance moves, I would forget them 5 seconds after they taught them. It's the same shit here. The same principle applies. When they teach these wrestling moves, I forget them 5 seconds after. So I don't know what the fuck to do. But the worst part of wrestling, this is the worst part. At the end of every period, like the last 15 minutes of the period, they have, like, all the people, they call everyone up. And so everyone, like, sits down on the floor, on the mat. And they all, like, sit down in a circle, and we form a circle. Like, everyone's in a circle. And then, so they pick two random people. Like, you don't volunteer and say, hey, I want to go. They just pick 2 random people to come up there and wrestle. 2 random people, completely random. It's not even people in your group. It's just 2 random people that they pick to come up there and wrestle. Oh man, that was always the worst part of the day, because the whole time when we're doing that, I'm like looking at the clock, like just watching it very closely, like, oh, come on, when is this gonna be over? Please don't pick me. Like, it's like, fuck, man. That is the worst fucking feeling, when you're like there and you don't know if they're gonna pick you, and you're just staring at the clock, waiting for the class to end already. Oh my god, I hate that. That fucking shit feels awful. Now, luckily for me, they never picked me. Throughout all the years we did it, I never got picked once to do that, which I am very happy about. But good lord, if they did pick me, that would have been bad. But luckily they never did. But now, I don't really have much to say about this. I don't really have much to say to rant about, but I'll just add this one thing. This isn't really a rant. Or this isn't really me complaining. It's more of just an interesting story from Wrestling Unit. This was one of the few good things about the Wrestling Unit. Because once while we were in the circle, one of the people that got called up is Sam the Ham. Now, for those of you who don't remember, Sam the Ham is the one kid that was obsessed with me, that would always go around saying, "Oh, Travis is such a big cock! Oh my god, it's so huge!" That's Sam the Ham. But this is before I met him. Like, this is before we knew each other. This was actually my first introduction to him. This is, like, when I first saw him, or noticed him. So he got called up, and he was supposed to wrestle with this guy, but Sam, instead of actually wrestling him, Sam just went up to this guy and hugged him. Hugged him really, really, really tight, and wouldn't let go of him. Like, he just would hug him, and he refused to let go. He was just hugged this guy and wouldn't let go. And then, so, they counted it, and he won. They said, that counts, you win. So, I mean, that's one of the few good parts of wrestling. That was one of the few good parts of that unit. When Sam the Ham went up there. But besides that, it fucking sucked. Besides that one good part, it sucked. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Make sure you subscribe. You probably will regret it, but do it anyway. Goodbye.